do this. The Levi cam is down. My house got hit by lightning last night. We went for 55 hours, which is my current longest continuous stream. That's more than Twitch will allow me to do. Twitch will only allow 48 hours, and then it cuts the stream off. But it's barely above that. I mean, it's 7 hours. I mean, 7 hours above it is not barely, but it's. I'm upset by it. That's the chance you take. I'm going to set it up later today. Probably when I get home. We'll run the cam there so I can run a live stream. The person who got me the gift, because I said, should I just start it up again? And it's they suggested that I only do it during Twitch streams, so that's what we're going to do. But I'm going to run it before. Originally, it was supposed to just come on during the stream, but I'm gonna run it. It's gonna be kind of like Magic Hands, like people have cams doing things, and there is a redeem on Twitch for the Levi mousepad. So I'm not gonna take that down. So I'm gonna run it. Getting struck by lightning is a really weird thing. Well, I didn't get personally struck by lightning, so I don't know. I've never been struck by lightning before. I've had lightning strike close to me, and by close, I meant, in the same field that I was in. Not even, not even like 100 yards, like maybe like a baseball, field from the batters all the way to the backboard of the outfield distance, which is, I thought was really, really close. I could feel it when it touched down, which was like how I was going to describe this thing of it hitting my house. Actually, I have an old Dish Network dish on my roof, and that's what got hit. That's what got struck by lightning. Right before the lightning strikes, and I am talking, within a second, milliseconds, even though it feels like a lot longer. Maybe it is a couple of seconds, but it's like right, there's a build-up. I don't know when. The build-up happened when I was, younger. I was moving about, so I really didn't feel it. The air did become heavy, but I thought that was because it was about to rain, and I was about to take shelter, and damaging. Like, it was like, you know, causes all this stuff. Like, you know, this. And when we went out and looked at the burn mark, it was this little tiny thing. It was like almost nothing. The light, I thought the light was huge. I thought it would leave like this huge burn mark in the ground. Now it's this little tiny mark. Caught me off guard. The clouds rolled in really quickly. The rain started. There was some thunder. I was in the middle of posting that we got heavy rains. I hope that this is going to stress test the Levi cam. I didn't think it was going to affect it at all, but the rain was coming down pretty heavy, and I was worried that I was going to lose it at any moment. So I was quickly typing this message saying, like, going, oh yeah, I'm 55 hours in strong. The second that I posted that, talking the second that I posted that, actually probably even right before is when the lightning happened, when it struck my house. But I felt, and at first I thought it was, I thought it hit my neighbor's house. That's how close I thought it was. But it did short out all the lights in my house. You know, they blinked on and off. And the internet stayed on. In fact, I was still posting. I think my neighbor's house got hit, and then right after that I posted that I think I got hit. I went outside, I saw that the dish has a black stain on it. Still intact, just a black stain where the lightning struck it. I'll get a picture of it. I said, the internet stayed on, so I thought I was actually still golden. I thought I was still connected and running, and it was still going for a little bit, and then then it started, and what it started to do was the internet blinked off, and started right back up, and I lost it. It was all over. I was kind of hoping that it would stay going, but it was definitely lost, and I tried to not touch anything. I think that was one of my posts. I think I posted that it's like blinking on and off, but I'm trying not to touch anything, and that was like in the middle of it cycling. It was cycling and cycling and cycling and cycling, and I was just like, oh, okay, I hope I can do this. Like I said, I'm a little sad that it is. I actually wish that I could have continued on doing it. And it just goes to show that like anything could stop at any moment. 55 hours is going to be hard to beat. I have to admit, doing a 55-hour stream has to be on YouTube at this point. And this is what's funny is that YouTube used to cut me off at 12 hours. I don't know when it changed. I think it's still in the policy that 12 hours is the limit. I have no idea when it changed. But it posted it. It posted your 55-hour. Yeah, it posted a 55-hour freaking video. So, I mean, it's up there. I don't know what the quality is, but I definitely know that it is of, and I streamed it a bunch of times, so I definitely know that it worked. To report things as I saw them. Like I said, I mistakenly thought my neighbor got hit because of how close it is. I heard the thunder strike before I saw the lightning, so that tells you how fast. It wasn't like, oh, this is this is the distance. The distance is nothing. There's no distance. The thunder strike happened before the actual lightning. You can't count. There's nothing to count. There's no seconds to count. It's negative seconds. Yeah, and it literally went. I got that feeling. It felt like you ever jump into a pool? Not the second you get underwater, but like the moment after you're underwater, and you just have like this feeling like everything is just floating there, and then you realize you're underwater and breathing and all that other stuff. But before all of that, there's that split second. That's what I felt like right before the thunder happened. Yeah, so I had that feeling. Thunder happened, then lightning, and I couldn't tell you how fast it was because it was all like lightning fast. It happened all in congruency. Yeah, it could have all been within a second. And then a couple seconds later, the power blinked. After the power blinked, after that blink, I finished the first post where like I thought it was like that's how quick everything happened. And then I was posting like crazy. I think my neighbors got hit, and I think I got hit, and I went and checked, and I did get hit, and I was posting, and then it started cycling, and I was trying to type a message, and every time because the message I was writing was like how many times it cycled, and I was like, first I wrote my internet is recycling. I am just waiting till it comes back up, and every time it came back up, I wrote a little bit more, and then I started a counter on it. So I don't even think that message makes sense because of the way it was like kind of Frankenstein back into a tweet. Yeah, so I didn't stream yesterday because obviously I spent 5 hours with my internet being unstable and kind of being upset the fact that I had to cancel to stop my forever. Every time I should stop putting the word forever in front of something. Nothing is forever. Nothing is forever. And today is Wednesday, and this is the worst traffic that I've ever seen. And I'm early. Earlier than I usually am. Wow. Now I'm about right on the same thing. It's probably one of the reasons why I took a little detour is because the traffic is just so heavy. It's heavy on the highway and it's heavy here on the back roads. I think it's funny that I have actually 2 dishes on my freaking roof. For Dish Network, and I have never had the Dish Network service. In fact, if I was to get the Dish Network service, they would come and put a third freaking dish on my roof. And the previous, well, they had tenants before. The actual owners, because the actual owners never had dish, but the tenants that lived there, they got dish, and it was the same tenants. They got their dish got canceled, so they got dish again, and they put another dish on. I think they might have either canceled it to go with what I have right now is Comcast, because you can't have any other. There isn't any other thing other than Dish and Comcast. So they probably got Comcast for a little while, and then they got Dish again. And when they got Dish again, they put a second dish on the freaking roof instead of just using the dish that was up there. And they did this is like over 10 years ago, and they did they redid the roof. So they put a brand new roof, and what they did was they took both dishes and they put them back on the roof, and they redid the roof. Fortunately, both dishes, which have lines that go all the way down to the bottom of the house into the basement, they've been disconnected, and the lines just sit into the ground. Fortunately, I did not have, I don't have Dish Network for when I got struck by lightning, because it probably would have blown out my house. Because as soon as it got to the surge, as soon as it got to the power thing, probably would have blown out the router, or whatever it is that they use, and as soon as it got to the main power system, it would have blown that too. I mean, I didn't even have a circuit breaker. I did have a blink, and I did have my router freaking acting like a freaking stupid thing. But I think that was Comcast doing that, because they said my router wasn't turned on. They've done that before. They did that before, because what I did was, instead of renting the modem from them, I went out and bought a router modem. One that was more powerful. Than the one that they were offering. And charging rent to. Here's the sad thing about it, and this is gonna blow people's minds. In a year, and I've been in my house for over 5 years, but in a year, I've been in my house for 7 years now. But in a year, I paid for that modem. So the 6 years that I've had that modem beyond. And I got a really good modem. I didn't get a cheapo modem. And I said within a year was the rent they were charging me, which I think was like $15 a month. I already paid for that modem. I think it actually ended up being like Comcast, like when I first installed it, they were looking for their ID on their modem. So they were saying that my modem was not connected because they were looking for an ID number that went to my account that goes to their modem. And it's like, no, I don't have that. I have my own. So just send a signal. So they would do what's known as like test signaling. This is back when I first got them. They would test signal and they would say like, oh no, you don't have, that's an illegal connection. And it's like, no, it's not an illegal connection. I didn't want to pay rent. I wanted to own. And they were like, oh, that's what's going on. Well, you got the wrong modem. And I was like, no, I got the exact modem that you freaking are giving out to people. This is a little bit better quality. And now, the funny thing about it is, now they're giving out the modems that have a little bit better quality. Mine routes a little bit faster, like that. That's the only thing it did at the time. But now I think Comcast gives out those modems. The exact modem that I have. So in the storm, you're having this disconnect from Comcast because they have to send out the signal. Otherwise, I can claim that that they're now charging me for a service they're not providing. So they have to send out the signal. But they can say that somebody unauthorized is using my signal, and they can stop it. That's basically what they're claiming. That's what happened. And the sad thing about it is, if they didn't turn my signal off in the first place, if they left it on, they turned it off because it had a glitch. There was either a power surge or something like that. Something happened, and they were trying to protect themselves from it. And that's the reason why they ended up turning it off and killing the Levi kid. But yeah, I hate freaking Comcast. I fucking hate them. The alternative is Dish, but I don't want them to put a freaking third dish on my freaking roof and punch holes in my roof for what? I don't want Dish. Dish is worse. I don't think Dish provides internet, so yeah. And I don't have cable, so that's the idea. The idea behind everything. Comcast sucks. I mean, and you guys have heard me rant about everything else, so I might as well rant about my provider. speaking about ranting and saying things, I did look through the terms of service, and Twitch does not prevent people from talking about how much they're earning and everything like that. And if they did, if that was part of their terms of services, that's illegal. It's against the law, and they can't because I have to disclose my earnings to the IRS. My employer, or the person paying me, because I am a subcontractor, I'm not a subcontractor, I'm just a contractor. I'm contracted by Twitch to provide the services that I provide. They're contracting me for 50% of the earnings I get. And that's how they pay. That's the terms and services. That's exactly how it works. They can't say like, oh, you can't discuss this. Oh no, you can't discuss how much we're paying you for ad revenue. None of those businesses can do that. They can say it. They can encourage you not to disclose it. It is one of the things that is very it's one of the main things that nobody talks about. Nobody talks about their earnings and how, what it means, and how little they're getting, paid and stuff like that, because everybody wants to make it seem like they're a huge success. And the truth of the matter is that most people aren't. And most people aren't continuous successes. I think it's $3,000 a month is what the average person earns. And that is people earning money. So that doesn't even count me yet, because I'm still at zero. Even though I'm affiliate, I have not earned any money from Twitch yet. So I don't count. So in that 3,000, you have to think that it has the most millionaires. Percentage wise, like compared to the country and everything like that, there are people earning over $1 million on Twitch. But what does that do? That brings down the average amount that people are earning a month. It brings that down. And if you took out the millionaires and the people earning, I guess less than $100, if you took out those two things, you would probably get a pretty decent idea of what the average amount is. But if you're making under $100, remember, you're not getting counted. Like I said, I'm an affiliate and I'm not counted because I haven't earned any money from Twitch yet. And that's exactly how it is. To be complete disclosure, I have to make over $50. I have a little ticket that counts up every month how much I'm actually earning, and eventually it will break $50 and they will pay me $50. Right now I am at 16. It's going to take several months before I did this. I had a surge. I actually should look at what time it is. thought it was actually really early. Yeah, it's really early. A lot of people here for really early. But yeah, so I made $16. I made most of that in the first month. The second month, I haven't. I think I made two. I think I've made $2. No, I haven't. I haven't even made $2. I don't even think I've made $1 yet. And it's not going up like that. You know, the ad. I'm almost all ad revenue. The ad revenue. I think it's 2 cents. That I'm getting paid per ad that somebody watches. But they bundle it up into like four ads at a time. So a 1 minute ad, I think I'm getting paid 4 cents. The only reason I bring that up is because I was on a stream and somebody was talking about how much they're earning and that they are actually upping the amount of money that they're paying per ad for ad watched. And I joked and I said 4 cents. And it's not 4 cents per ad. It's 4 cents per minute watched. And you can disclose like how they break down pennies, and I think they don't even count those. If you get under like the half pennies and stuff like that, I don't think that they up it to the next penny. I think that you just get nothing. But they definitely bundle. They definitely bundle it, and they definitely give you nothing. I've had 6 ad blocks and stuff like that, and I think you still get only 4 cents for it. So it's pretty ridiculous, and it's pretty stupid. And if it did go up, much more than that, I would be surprised. I am not to Twitch. I am not a I'm not an affiliate. The people are not partners. They are product. You are the product that Twitch has, and that product costs money. So Twitch basically compares how much cost that product is to how much revenue generated it makes, and literally it does that. And that's the reason why it does a 50-50, because it says it's zero. It really does claim itself as zero earning from everybody. It zeroes itself out because it's 50-50. It pays the exact same amount as it earns. And then now, from there, if it can get more revenue, so like if I was to buy subscriptions and stuff like that and spend my Twitch earnings, then it actually would cascade into that mess. There is no money to be made. There's no money to be made. I hope wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you're having a great day doing it. As always, if you put cool beans in the comments below, that would be great. If you're not subscribed, hey, subscribe. What can I say? It's the thing to do. It costs you nothing, and it helps me out tremendously. And I'm gonna start doing that now. I might do it in the beginning of the videos. Because that's where people actually stay watching. But comment below. That's what really means something to me, and I really would appreciate it. Cool beans. If you say cool beans, if you have nothing, if you can't think of anything to say, just say cool beans. And as always, cool beans. All right, take care.